Good evening. I call this meeting to order at 5 p.m. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. And ready, begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call. All directors are present. Approval of the agenda. Mr. Bart, are there any changes to the agenda?
Yes, I have a couple of small changes. I would like to remove item 3E and item 6B from the agenda tonight.
Okay. All right. May I have a motion to approve the agenda?
I'll motion with the changes.
Second.
Was that a second?
Yes.
Thank you. All in favor of the motion with changes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The agenda is approved. Moving on to number 2, public comment. Are there any members of the public here or online for public comment?
I'm here for 6A, thanks.
I just want to be in support of Zoom for you guys, for the public, nicely for the board, but for the public, because I think it. Oh, I'm Deborah Phillips. I like to see the public have many options to keep in touch with us if possible. Thanks.
Thank you. I'm sorry, Cheryl. What number did you say you were going to?
6A.
6A.
All right, thank you. All right. And then do we don't, that's everybody on there? All right, so then we will move to community reports. We will start with Sheriff.
Good evening. Sergeant Mark Rios, San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department, Phelan Station. And I'll be going over the monthly call for service for the month of January. So for the Pinion Hills area, we had a total call for service volume of 219 calls. Out of those calls for service, we had 25 deputy reports that were taken. And out of those reports, we had 5 arrests. And that is slightly down from December. For the Phelan area, I'll go over your top five. Calls for service for that. For the call area, which would be follow-ups. That's deputies conducting follow-up investigations or detectives that need to go out and get some more information. 911 calls. Then we had area checks. People calling in suspicious activity, we go to the areas and check it. And then we had homers, and those are deputies conducting home checks on people, either parole, probation, however. That's what that is. And the last is a well check, somebody calling in asking us to go conduct a safety check or check on someone's loved one or they haven't heard from in a while. So that's the Pinion Hills area. So for Phelan, we had a total volume of 658 calls for service. Out of that, we had 85 reports that were taken and 18 arrests. The calls for service and reports taken are down a little, and arrests are up by 5 for the month. It was a busier month. And for the Phelan area, our top 5 calls were wireless 911s. Somebody inadvertently calling 911 saying they needed assistance or medical calls, however it may be. Then we had well checks. And again, we went over that. Then follow-ups. And then homers. And then incidents. Incidents is a non-criminal matter where somebody called in and either wanted advice, help, or just needed some general direction. Other than that, that was it.
All right. Thank you very much. Any questions? No. Thank you, sir.
Very welcome.
Stay warm.
Yeah. All right. I will only let you take a stand if you promise that I can have a snow day the Thursday after.
So thank you, Madam President. And I will say I will not quite promise yet. Is that fair enough? Because that is certainly one issue I want to talk about. And really, in all seriousness, thank you for the opportunity always to speak. I apologize for missing the last meeting here. But just so everyone knows the process real quickly, we, there are a couple, three of us who get up. We usually get on the roads by 3 or 4 in the morning, make sure we check them. And I've said this to folks, we try to make that decision before 5 a.m. and we can almost always do that. In terms of the night before, like Madam President asked here, that's pretty rare for us, but I will tell you it's not beyond the course of duty and the outcomes that we've had in the past. I will share with you, we'll be up very early tomorrow morning and making the road checks, and then we're certainly, I will just say, following all the weather models out there. We're really concerned about Friday, to be quite frank. But still, we'll go and check and make certain that everyone knows. And we use all the platforms. I think it's really appropriate to tell everyone to please check email, website, we send texts, we get out on all of our social media, and if my kids are out of the household now, but they were always advocating for dad to make this decision that we stay home, so I guess it's still in the cards. And if you talk to them, they will say that they were so often let down by their dad in that area, and probably many others. So we'll see where we go there. But thanks for asking. Thanks for allowing me to speak to that. And I will just say real quickly, the area I wanted to focus on today, I feel like all of you might benefit from knowing about the idea of how we capture student voice. Our first core value is our people matter, and within that, we owe the best of humanity to all. And listening, I think, is one of those qualities of the best of humanity. We bring in our students, and they actually help formulate our district plan. We've done that most recently with our superintendent student advisory council meeting that we have, where we get feedback from them. What were the most important issues? Well, based on their surveys, it was learning, it was safety, it was belonging, and it was the whole. It was the, gosh, why am I forgetting the last one? I'll come back to that one in a second. But along the areas, and social emotional well-being. And within those areas, they made it very clear to us that learning is super important to us. But please make sure that we're safe, and please make sure that our social emotional well-being is taken care of. So that was the most recent feedback that we've gotten from them. We'll use that to inform our district plan. I'll also say we've got a great team from Toronto High School who are working with Tel Alejandro, our county superintendent, to develop a plan at the county level to give their student voice to support the idea of building better support systems for students in all of San Bernardino County. So I'm very proud of that. And then our most recent work that we're trying to develop our revised mission, our new vision, and a graduate profile. What are the outcomes for all kids as they walk across the stage as a graduate? All of our students have given us feedback into that so that we can hopefully represent our students. Three quick ways to just say that, boy, if our kids do matter, we've got to make sure that we have our voice, because who knows best than kids in terms of how they perceive and feel that we're supporting them. So we'll have to be engaged in that. We're always engaged in that. I want to make sure you knew about that. And so with that, I'll turn back over and answer any questions other than whether or not there'll be a snow day, I guess.
A girl's got to try. Any questions? No. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us.
Good to see you. Be safe out there in the morning.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that.
All right. So no more community reports. So we will move on to item 3, consent items. Does anyone have any items that they would like to pull? No. All right. If that, I have a motion.
So we're doing A through D, correct?
Correct.
I'll move it.
I'll second.
All right. All in favor of the motion to approve the consent items, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. The motion passes. All right. Number 4, we have no matters removed. Number 5, no presentation, so we will move on to 6A, discussion and possible action regarding teleconferencing policy. Mr. Marks.
Thank you. I'm going to turn this item over to Ms. Sevi.
All right. Thank you. So as the board's aware, we've been utilizing AB 361 to allow the public and directors to participate remotely in district meetings. The state of emergency is going to expire at the end of February, so this will be our last meeting utilizing AB 361. Various bills have been introduced before the legislature to extend the teleconferencing option similar to AB 361. We ended up with AB 2449, the Steve Kennedy law, which we went over a few times about how you can participate remotely following certain procedures that are different than the normal Brown Act. What we have done is we found a policy from CSDA that we're recommending we incorporate into our sunshine ordinance about how we can teleconference under AB 2449 and of course the regular Brown Act. The policy does include a global teleconferencing policy, so that means that even though a board member isn't teleconferencing, district staff, our consultants, our legal counsel, and the public will be able to continue to teleconference. So whether it's by Zoom or some other platform, that will remain an option to participate in the meetings. The only thing is the board cannot unless we follow the procedures under AB 2449 or the existing Brown Act procedures. The policy is attached, and staff is recommending that we rework this into a district policy and bring it back for board approval. Any questions?
Okay, so any questions from the board?
So the main thing is the public will be able to zoom in.
Yes, they'll still be able to Zoom. The agenda will look a little different. We're working on kind of streamlining it. We don't have to have as much of the legal language on there about the state of emergency or AB 361 provisions. There'll still be the method listed on how to access the meeting remotely if you're a member of the public. And the only thing is when we do public hearings, we're recommending that we have just a little bit more of a registration process because our public hearings, of course, they're the legal record of the action we took at the time on that item. And it's important to know who Santa Claus is, that they identify themselves appropriately. And so we can record the comments that way. Other than that, they'll basically remain the same for the public, just not the board.
Okay. Mark?
Just incorporating something of this policy into ours and then bringing it back.
Yes. So
And are you the district gonna keep Zoom? Is that what we're?
Yeah,
on platform?
we'll keep Zoom or similar platform. We're just looking at options that a little bit less cumbersome to work with our live stream and maybe less costly.
Okay.
That's good.
Questions over here? Nope. All right. Yes, Ms. Burns.
Yeah, so my name is Peter Barnes, and my question relates to the registration part of it. So I'm just trying to understand how this would go, because I've done some of those other meetings where, like a fishing game, for instance, I attended that meeting, and you had two options. You either did the live stream, or if you were going to make a comment, you did Zoom. And there was an either or, and you had to know in advance. Right? Is that the point you're going to be registering in advance if you want to make a comment?
Only for public hearings. It's a little bit more than staff can take on for every meeting in order to make you register. I mean, if you're on Zoom all the time, like I could see Debbie McAfee's name clearly, Meredith, Cheryl's. It's just we have some people who don't register with Zoom, which they don't need to do in order to participate right now, and the name will show up as we had Santa Claus. So registration for the purposes of when we have Zoom during a public hearing would help us make sure that we have a complete record.
By public hearing, I guess I'm just wanting to make sure I understand the difference. This is not a public hearing, this is a meeting.
Yeah, we have public hearings in their notice. It'll say public hearing on ordinance, blah, 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 or something like that. And so for that portion of the meeting, the preference is that a member of the public giving public comment identifies themselves. That way we can enter it into the record.
Okay. So I just to finalize, I guess my concern is I just want to make sure if I'm having to attend a meeting on Zoom and something comes up and I'm like, oh, I did want to comment on that. I didn't have to know in advance before the meeting. I could still raise my hand and make a comment.
Yep, you can still Zoom on and of course we have the live stream if you're just watching and don't want to participate.
Okay, thank you. All right, Ms. Roden?
Hi, I'm just adding my support for the policy that allows the public to continue. And to clarify, just to build off what Peter said, even if you haven't registered in advance, you'll still be able to register at the meeting or on Zoom to participate, yes?
Yes, we ran through many test versions of this. It's super quick.
Great. I have a California bar example. I'll send it along to you, Kim, for reference to see if there's anything there that might be useful for you. Thanks very much. Urge your support.
Thank you. All right. Any other comments or questions on this one? Nope. Okay. It's just a consensus, right? We're not looking for a motion for this one because you're going to bring it back.
Yep.
Okay. So we're all good? Yep. All right, perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, so skipping 6B. 6C, discussion and possible adoption of Resolution 2023-08, establishing a policy for district reserves and possible approval of the 2022-2023 reserve schedule in compliance with said policy. Mr. Burke.
Thank you. Ms. Lawrence is going to take this item.
Yes, this is an annual consideration for the board that resolution is being brought forward because we're tidying up some of the numbering and to modifying the numbering to go with kind of what we've been doing with all of the policies. And the reserves policy was established after the board had a series of workshops in 2012, and then modifications were made to the policy in 2016 and again in 2020. The resolution contains no material changes. Updates have been made in regard to the formatting. The reserve schedule is attached, is in compliance with the policy, and staff is recommending that the board adopt resolution 23-08, establishing a policy for district reserves and to approve the 22-23 reserve schedule in compliance with the policy.
Okay, thank you. Any questions?
I was just wondering if Ms. Lawrence could highlight the reserves that we have, our policy, just quickly,
Okay,
just for the record.
certainly. So we have a reserve for operations, which is created in case the district should find itself in a situation. For example, if we have a severe impact to our expenditures, or if there's something happens where I'm sorry, did you want to go over the schedule or the policy?
No, just
the schedule?
policy, yeah.
All right.
Not numbers because it's on here, just to
Talk about what
inform the public if there's anybody that has any questions.
Okay.
Just
So-
a quick summary.
Okay, so
So 1A is a contingency for operations.
yes, and so that's in case we find ourselves in a situation where if something happened where we, for example, during COVID, we had some periods of time where we didn't have income because people were not paying their bills. We eventually got the money, but, having the contingents, the reserves in place helps us not to have to find ourselves in a situation. And then or if there were extenuating expenditures that happen to come up, those types of situations to kind of help the district get through that time before it has a chance to do whatever it needs to do to accommodate the situation. So that's at 3 months and of operating reserve, or 3 months of operations based on the budget. And the property, plant, and equipment replacement reserve is for, as property and equipment age out, theoretically, this is to help us have money to replace those items as needed. And then, of course, we replace the reserves through operational depreciation and things like that. The disaster response reserve is, of course, exactly what it says to be able to respond to disasters in case something like that should happen. And then the rate stabilization fund is in case something happens where our rates need to be adjusted in a hurry for some odd reason. And this helps us to get through that period before we can actually get them in place, because we have to go through the 218 process and things like that. So it helps us to stabilize during that time. All of these funds are currently in interest-bearing accounts, and so we're earning interest on that money and using that for various things as the board sees fit through the budget process.
And the equivalents or amounts in those different funds, they're listed, the reasons for them are listed opposite on the chart, so that if there's any question about the numbers. For instance, the disaster is 10% of depreciable asset value, so that's the objective.
Yes, exactly. And then we've taken some loans out against our our reserves over the years, and in the budget process, we commit to refunding those as the board has committed when the loans were taken. And this shows what's balanced, or what the balances are basically of those loans.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Any questions over here? No? All right. All right, so if no further questions, do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second. All in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. The motion passes. All right, moving on to 6D, update on the proposed Civic Center and Phelan Park expansion projects. Mr. Burks.
Thank you. George is going to take this one. It's going to be an easy evening tonight.
It will be. Thank you, Mr. Barks. Madam President. Attached to the memo, you'll see the project schedule for the RFQ, RFP. I want to comment on line 4. There's a date of March 2nd, and that's for the release of the RFQ. What we're proposing to do is to bring this to the board on March, the first meeting in March, which I believe is March. So that's going to be adjusted.
Second Wednesday.
Yeah. Am I correct in saying that? I'm trying to get used to the schedule here. This will kind of bump down a little bit if we stay on track. Of course, we have a couple of hurdles to cross here. So we'll see what that looks like. For the Civic Center, we're waiting for some easements to be completed. There's the grading plan. There's a couple things that we're waiting from the county for approval, and that's just the final approval on that. So we're approaching that final stage that'll kind of get what Mr. Kennedy will love to see, and it's that CEQA document. That process is going through, and we'll get there. For the park expansion, nothing new to report. The project design is going on. The CEQA is in process. We're looking still for probably May or June to get that draft on the CEQA for the park. With that, that completes my report. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
Okay. Questions? No, you guys are an easy bunch. Over here. I love you. Okay. Thank you. Nice and easy. All right. Moving on to item number 7, committee reports. Engineering.
We went over the budget. I know that, and then we went over basically the well project plus the other wells that are being put in online, and some of the pipelines that are scheduled to be done.
Okay.
And they should be test pumping the new well after it snows, I guess, probably. In a couple weeks.
Thank you. Finance Committee.
Did not meet, did we? No. Yeah, I think we have one in March.
All right. Legislative.
I think we meet the 15th of this month.
All right. Park and Rec. We haven't met since the last time we reported, right? Or did we? Did we? I don't think we did. And waste and recycling, we canceled. All right. So moving on to number 8, staff and general managers report. Mr. Burks.
I have nothing to add to the agenda tonight.
Directors reports. Kathy?
I have nothing to.
Mark?
Nothing to add.
Greg?
Nothing to report.
And I have nothing to report either. All right, we will move on to number 10, correspondence and information. Ms. Zevi.
So we just have our flyers in here about our upcoming spring classes, our information on our upcoming community meeting regarding solid waste on March 16th at 7 p.m. We have a cleanup on March 11th. And baking class, some information on spring and summer swamp cooler maintenance, which seems funny given that it's so snowing right now. And I did confirm that for now, the community coffee scheduled for this Saturday is still going to occur as planned. Obviously, if we get a lot of snow, we'll send out a notice if it's canceled.
Thank you. All right, so moving on to item 11. Prior meeting action items. Were there any?
Yeah, the park project timeline. So we did get that little chart about the procurement process, and our consultants are working on putting together a broader timeline, which hopefully we'll have by the next meeting.
Okay. And current meeting action items?
There are none.
Okay. So then setting board agenda meeting for March 8th. Does anyone have anything they would like to add? No? All right. I feel like I'm not doing my job. All right. So with no further business, we will adjourn at 5:28 p.m.